we used earlier in the year to to do some pretty amazing things, and I'll get into that here in just a second. But what I really want to focus on and start with is just in case you haven't heard of what's going on in the health and nutrition industry. Peptides are really where it's at. I mean, peptides are the fastest moving segment in nutraceuticals, but also pharmaceuticals. And the fastest moving segment in all peptides by far is GLP-1. And as more and more research is coming out, that's changing very fast. Now they're going to dual agonists and triple agonists and even quadruple agonists coming up in the next several years. So this isn't going to slow down anytime soon. Just as an example, on the pharmaceutical side, there's approximately $140 billion in sales in 2025. Again, as a comparison, Viagra did 8 billion, Adderall did around 20 billion. So this again is the number one selling pharmaceutical in the world, but it's also becoming more and more popular as a nutraceutical, more and more people looking for more options. There's also research peptides that are out there doing tens of billions of dollars a month that say not for human consumption, research purposes only. But because peptides are so effective, people are trying to get their hands on them any way that they can. In fact, approximately 10% of all Americans are already taking a GLP-1, and that's getting similar numbers now all over the world. But here's the big point, and here's where we come in. Even though there's 10% already taking a GLP-1 drug, there's many downsides to the drug. A, very expensive. Average cost is $1,000 to $1,500 per month. So if people don't have insurance that covers part of that or all of it, it's very expensive for most people. In addition to that, they're 100% synthetic and many, many, many side effects. Billions of dollars in lawsuits already, people paralyzing their digestive system, losing bone mass, muscle mass, and much more. So in theory, the peptides, again, work so well. But on the pharmaceutical side, because they're not natural, because they're synthetic, because they're so strong, it's causing problems for many people. So there's approximately 33%. This is just in the United States, but I think the numbers are similar worldwide. Approximately 33% are looking for different alternatives, either something less expensive, something safer, something more natural with less side effects. And that's where we come in. Back in January of 2026, we launched the first ever triple pathway, 100% natural, patented peptide formula in an extract. Simple drops, 10 drops a day is all you need. We did this in over 80 countries. Again, this does not even exist in the pharmaceuticals at this point. Eli Lilly is spending hundreds of millions of dollars. In fact, they've set aside $50 billion just for manufacturing because they're trying to get a triple agonist approval. Guess what? We already have 100% natural patented triple pathway peptide that again is 95% less expensive than the pharmaceuticals. It's 50 to 75% less expensive than the research peptides. That again, very dangerous when you're taking things that say right on the bottle, not for human consumption. And people researching on themselves doesn't make a whole lot of sense logically, especially once they start to find out about 100% natural version, no side effects, completely safe. We launched it in over 80 countries. We've sold over 200,000 bottles. Top leaders are making tens of thousands of dollars per week, and that's multiplying very fast. Right now, today, we're selling close to 2,000 bottles a day. And I'm going to go over the exact strategy that we use in order to do this and how you can take advantage of it now with our newest launch that's coming out. But here's what makes this so special. I've never seen a nutraceutical in over 30 years of full-time experience that has put the same type of money that the pharmaceutical companies do. The reason the pharmaceutical companies are charging $1,000 to $1,500 per month for these peptides isn't because they're so expensive. It's because they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars in research, and they're trying to get that money back by charging outrageous prices to the population. Now, here's what's unique. Even though they spent over $50 million in research, 10 plus years before launching it, over 8 studies and 13 different FDA claims that we can make. So this is unlike anything that you probably ever marketed, where you have to be very careful on what you say. This, we actually can say it does this, it does this, it does this. We don't have to say it may do this. that might help with that. The FDA claims 13 of them that we can make. So this is massive, but here's the unique part. And instead of trying to recoup all of the money on the 50 million plus dollars that they've spent right away by charging $1,000 to $1,500 per month, we're 95% less expensive than the pharmaceuticals with all the side effects, synthetic, and all the other issues with that. And as mentioned, 75% approximately less expensive than the research only peptides. So, again, this is massive. And here's another big thing: we are the exclusive company to launch this and take it to the world in the home based business space. Just as the company spent $50 million, 10 plus years of research, we've now got 200,000 bottles out. We have testimonial groups with over 300,000 members. You can see here's one right here, 341,600 members, tens and tens of thousands of testimonials. So it gets even better. When we launched this back in January, we didn't have customers, we didn't have testimonials. We had the research, we had the studies. We thought that we knew what it would do, but now all of a sudden we have hundreds of thousands of bottles sold, delivered to people's homes all over the world, tens of thousands of testimonials, and now we have a brand new launch that I think is going to be significantly bigger, not only because we have all the research and we have all the studies, but we also have tens of thousands of distributors and we have tens of thousands of testimonials, when before we just had an idea. We had something that we thought would work. We had something that we thought people would like and people would benefit from. Now there's no more thinking. Now we already know. So what we've decided to do as we're bringing this out, as we're launching this, we decided to go ahead and do the same thing that we did when we launched the extract. We're doing a free enrollment. This started about 3 weeks ago. We're running it for about 30 days until the 4th of July. What better time to launch this than the 250th anniversary of the United States? We're an American-based company, even though we're doing business all over the world. We thought, man, perfect timing, 250 years, and now we're going to launch what I feel is going to be the biggest nutraceutical ever launched in the history of the world. It is that impactful. So you have now just 10 short days to be able to build your team as big as you possibly can, get that foundation built so you have the best chance of making the most money within your first month in the business. Now, we did this when we were preparing for a launch in January of 2026. We opened up a free sign up for literally 10 days. That's exactly what you have left now. From November 1st to November 11th, we put up 5,000 bottles for sale. We thought we'd maybe sell 500, maybe 1,000 bottles. We sold 5,000 in less than an hour. And then we went back to the free sign up until the day after Thanksgiving. Between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we put up another 10,000 bottles. And again, we would have been happy with selling several thousand bottles, but we sold the 10,000 in less than a day and a half. Then we sent 5,000 to our warehouses in Europe, and we launched that 12/12 of 2026, thinking that'd be at least a month's supply of the product. It sold out also in less than 6 hours. Now, as mentioned, well over 200,000 bottles sold all over the world, approximately 2,000 a day. Top leaders making very close to $100,000 per month, tens of thousands of dollars per week. And this is the strategy they used. All of the top leaders made well over 10,000 their very first month by using the same strategy that you have access to right now. Now, I'm not going to talk a lot about the product. I'm going to mention it a little bit. I'm assuming that most people have heard of the GLP-1s, that you have Serena Williams, you have the Kardashians, you have all kinds of celebrities using GLP-1s. Approximately 10% of the United States population on a GLP-1. Here's just as simple as it gets. It is the most effective weight loss product in the history of the world, by far. Nothing else even close. That's why it's the number one selling pharmaceutical in the world, because it's the most effective weight loss product in the history of the world. But weight loss is not fat loss. Weight loss consists of fat, it consists of lean mass, and it consists of water. The downside with the GLP-1s, there's so many upsides, it's hard to come up with the downside. But if I'm going to pick a downside, the downside is it doesn't do much to protect the lean mass. And so many people are not changing their lifestyle because the product's so effective. Without changing your lifestyle at all, they're losing a ton of weight. The downside, if you don't change your lifestyle and add more protein and exercise and movement, then there's no way that your body's going to maintain the lean muscle mass that it has. So they're losing between 20 to 50%, sometimes 60% or more of the lean mass. And that's a huge problem. Your lean mass is your longevity organ. This is what's going to help you live as long as you possibly can. And I say live, not just be alive, not just breathing, but we want to add more life to your years, not necessarily just more years to your life. Maintaining lean mass is vital for that to happen. So as mentioned, this is not a single pathway like the GLP-1. This is triple pathway. So we have GIP. That's what's going to protect that lean mass. It's also going to help the body become insulin sensitive. It's going to help control blood sugar. It's going to help control energy. And then we have GLP-2, which helps heal the gut. It helps lower inflammation throughout the entire body. It helps the body assimilate minerals better. Why is that so important? Because 100% of diseases can be traced back to mineral deficiencies. So if you're able to assimilate minerals better, then that's protecting your body from disease. Lowering inflammation, protecting your body from disease. Boosting the immune system, protecting your body from disease. And the list goes on and on of what the GLP-2 does. Now, not only do we have the most effective weight loss product in the history of the world, that's why it's the number one selling pharmaceutical in the world, the fastest moving nutraceutical in the world. But now we feel we have the best anti-aging product, the best immune building product, the best anti-inflammatory product, the best product to help you become insulin sensitive. I think insulin resistance is maybe the number one health concern worldwide for all us human beings. So again, this product is so much more than weight loss. In fact, we don't call it a weight loss product. We call it a fat loss product, but it's so much more than that, that it's something that virtually every single human being can benefit from. It's 100% natural. Basically, one main ingredient, peptides coming from salmon. The only thing added is the flavoring. So basically, you have one main ingredient, salmon, more specifically, that's broken down through an enzymatic process into these peptides. It contains over 500 natural peptides, studies showing that it helps with GLP-1, GLP-2, and GIP. Now, why are we launching this in a different form than just the extract? One reason, all of the studies were done on a powder. So as more and more people over the last 7 months have been looking at these amazing studies, there's been a little bit of confusion on how much do they take. And that's just for us. We put together the best guesswork that we can, but there hasn't been $50 million of research and studies in 10 plus years on the extract. It's all been done on the powder. So that's one of the reasons we wanted to launch the powder. Another reason, much more effective for sampling. Another reason, much easier to break up and do like a 5-day pack, a 7-day pack, a 3-day pack, so that people can buy a smaller amount, test it before they decide if they want to be a customer or be a distributor. Now, the other thing that we decided to do just on this site, you can buy it on its own on Origin, but we put together a complete system because we want to offer opportunity to every single person in the world. We've worked the last 10 years to be able to get our nutrition product into approximately 80 countries. There's over 200 countries. So we're still more than 50% of the countries we're not offering opportunity, and it's very difficult to get registered in every single country. So what we did, knowing that there's nothing hotter in the nutraceutical world than peptides, we wanted to pair it with a product that literally was in every country in the world so that we can take opportunity to everybody. Our net is so big that every single person in the world has an opportunity to participate. And even if we don't have the peptides in your country, we have AI technology, we have a complete system that you can still sell these peptides in the 80 plus countries that we're in from your laptop, from your cell phone, in any country, and get paid on them. And also, you can build an unlimited size business through a digital product in any country in the world while you're waiting for the peptides to get to your country. If they ever do, and if they don't, you can still monetize the biggest trend that's ever happened in the pharmaceutical or the nutraceutical world. So we put a product called Be More. It's all about getting anything that you want out of life. It's educating people how the brain and the universe work together, how every single person has become successful in the world. They've all followed the exact same system, and they've all told people exactly what they've done. There's dozens, probably hundreds of books, podcasts, you name it, of them explaining exactly how to get anything you want out of life. But for whatever reason, because the educational system only teaches us to be employees, so many things that we go through in life, we're never really taught about success. We're never really taught how the mind works, how the brain works. Unless you really go into that and really start studying that, you never get the information so that you know exactly what you need to do to transform any situation in your life. Doesn't matter if it's your relationships, it doesn't matter if it's your body, it doesn't matter if it's your income, whatever you want in life, it all works the same. The formula of transformation is first it starts with a goal, dream, or idea. Then it comes to creating an exact plan of how you're going to achieve that, having the consistency to follow the plan, the discipline to follow it even when you don't feel like it, and the resilience to not give up on your goal, your dream, or your idea. You might have to adjust the plan, but you're not going to adjust whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Now, what we've put together is really to help you be more consistent, more disciplined, and definitely more resilient. One of the main reasons so few people in the world are successful is human beings are just not resilient at all for the most part. Most people are instantly looking for any excuse possible to quit whatever it is that they're doing. As soon as it gets hard, they give up and quit. They become a victim of their circumstance. They make every excuse other than themselves, blame everybody other than themselves, and again, still continue to struggle through life because they're not willing to take responsibility and they haven't been taught exactly how this all works. So these are all things to help you, again, be more consistent, be more disciplined, and be more resilient. We start with brainwave entrainment. Virtually, this used to be kind of a secret. It isn't anymore. Virtually every single professional athlete in the world is using brainwave entrainment every single day. Every top CEO, Elon Musk, the list goes on and on and on. Tony Robbins, virtually every single top producing CEO in the world is using brainwave entrainment. The U.S. military, special forces, FBI, decades and decades and decades of studies at the most prestigious universities. To make it simple, it's the ability to control the state of your mind. So our body works on frequencies, our body works on energy, and it's been proven that you can listen to these frequencies and actually change the state of your mind into that frequency where it performs whatever you're trying to perform at its best, whether it's focus, whether it's improving your mood, energy, sleep, being more creative. The list goes on and on of all of these different things that our minds do. It does it better at certain states. That's why sometimes you just don't feel like you're on, and other days you feel like you can accomplish anything. It's the state of your mind and how that's doing. And most of us, kind of our mind controls us, and kind of depending on how we feel, depends on how well we perform. This enables you to control your mind instead of your mind controlling you, so you can perform at your best virtually every single day. And that really makes all the difference in the world. It's the slight changes, it's the slight edge that makes the difference between the ultra successful and just the average human being. Then a gratitude journal. This is something that surprised me until I started to see study after study at, again, some of the most prestigious universities and institutions around the world. One at Harvard showed that just writing down 3 to 4 things a day that you're grateful for made people more resilient, better able to deal with life, happier, doing brain scans that literally change the chemistry in their brain within 1 week. And again, it's just setting yourself up, that mind shift from being a victim of your circumstances to being grateful for anything that happens, being grateful for the bad, for the experience, for the learning opportunity, be grateful for the good. And so just that mind shift, instead of being a victim, being grateful, again, it changes lives. And then we have exercise and movement. So many studies. I've seen different podcasts. I've seen different interviews where they're talking about, just imagine if there was something that helped you sleep better, that gave you more energy, that helped you deal with depression, they go off and list like 50 or 100 things. And then they say, man, that would be amazing. What is it? And they say, well, it's exercise. It's what nobody wants to hear. is getting up and moving. They have a study with more than 140,000 participants, and they were comparing exercise to the number one selling antidepressant pharmaceuticals in the world. Exercise beat it in every single biomarker that it looked at. So exercise is much more effective for depression than any antidepressant on the market. And then we have breath work, again, thousands of years of research, studies showing a great way to control your hormones, human growth hormone, testosterone, also stem cells. There's studies showing how you breathe and how you hold your breath for up to 90 seconds. The body can actually create more stem cells than what people are going and spending $15,000 or $20,000 for injections in Mexico, in Colombia, in Costa Rica, or different locations around the world. Your body can actually create those on your own if you understand how to do it and how to use it effectively. Again, these are all designed to help with that mindset, the resilience, the discipline, and the consistency, and changing that mind from survival mode to success mode. Available in every single country. Again, this is all part of our Freedom Run. We have $100 packs that you can make up to $1,000 between 20 and 30 people in your entire organization. That's a full-time income for over 80% of the entire world. We do car giveaways every 6 months. We have a $10,000 guarantee. If you're willing to follow our system, we guarantee you at least $10,000 a month by the end of your first year, or you can get all of your money back, less commissions earned. And again, the system takes less than 2 hours per day. 50% customer bonuses, instant pay. You sell something that costs $50, you make $25 instantly. If you sold something that costs $100, you make $50 instantly on every single order on customers. And then at the bottom, you can see our lifestyle bonuses ranging from $150 all the way up to $1,050. Our entire marketing plan, our entire business model is just based on doing that, getting in profit and duplicating it. I'll show that here in just a second, but I do want to cover this quickly, go over our guaranteed business system, exact proven strategies. I've used this since 1996. I got started in 1993. It took me about 3 years to kind of figure things out and understand how the business works. So again, these strategies are responsible for billions of dollars in sales over the last 30 years. Exact assignments with due dates and accountability. Again, it's just how systems have to work. There's no other way. Once you understand how this works, the business becomes so much easier if you will actually follow it. It literally becomes simple, and you won't believe why you've done it the hard way for basically your entire life. For people that have been experienced in network marketing, they'll know what I'm talking about. We have an exact launch, one of the most important things that anybody can have in their business, how you start. Again, we have an exact way for every single person to start. It doesn't matter if it's you, somebody that comes in 10 levels down, 100 levels down, 1,000 levels down. It's all the exact same launch. Proven social media strategy. Why? It's free, and there's billions of people on social media. So again, there's no need for advertising budgets or anything like that. Now, if you want to, advertising works better than just straight up social media, but we have ways that are completely free for people to build the business. He doesn't have any out of pocket. Exact daily plan of action, as mentioned, takes less than 2 hours a day and has the $10,000 guarantee. So let me walk through this here in just a couple minutes. I'm going to go through it quick. This is our 4x4 lifestyle. If I was covering the 2x2, it'd be exactly the same. You just go 3 more steps to make the same type of income. In fact, you'd be making more income with 3 more steps. But here's the goal. We have 10 days. So in 10 days, you would basically need to get your 4 people for free within the next 48 hours. They would do the same thing. So there's 4 of your days already gone. If they all ordered on the 4th of July, that would create your monthly income. If they ordered the $100 package, your monthly income would be $826 a month with only 20 people on your team. Now, we duplicate that one more time. That moves you to around $3,000 per month. That literally, believe it or not, puts you in the top 1% income earners in the entire world. You'd be making more than 99% of all human beings by just duplicating that simple 20 group one time, puts you to $3,000 a month. Duplicate it one more time. Sorry, I skipped a slide, and it's putting you at over $50,000 per month. If you duplicated it one more, so I showed you step 4, that puts you at well over $100,000 per week. So again, Simple 20 group. 4, help them get 4. Doesn't matter how long it takes, but the goal is to do that now for free within 2 days. And then it can put you to this point by the 4th of July. Even if less than 80% of your team orders, you'll still make more than $10,000 over the 4th of July weekend. And I can virtually guarantee we're going to have people do it, just like we did on 11/11 when we opened it up literally for less than an hour. We had people make tens of thousands of dollars in less than an hour because they had pre-built their team. When the orders came on, they had hundreds or thousands or even tens of thousands of orders. And that's what we're going to see here. We didn't see tens of thousands of orders on 11/11 because we only had 5,000 to sell. On the 4th of July, I believe we will see tens of thousands of orders in one day. Now you have two options. You have the option that is one bag plus the Be More product. If the Be More product, or excuse me, if the Ignite product is not available in the country you're calling in from, then it would just be the Be More product that is $25 and will qualify you for unlimited commissions in the plan. But if you're in one of the markets that has both the peptides and the Be More, it's $100 for one bag and then $25 for the Be More product. That's $100. Or if you buy 2 bags, we give you a big discount on the bag, and then we give you Be More for free. So $130, Be More is free, and you get 2 bags, and all of it qualifies for all commissions. So in closing, I want to thank you for your time. There's a lot of things that you could be doing on this Wednesday night. And I also would encourage you to please thank whoever invited you on this call for inviting you. They thought enough about you to share an opportunity with you that is absolutely massive. Again, we've already done millions and millions of dollars in sales on the extract product. This is the same form that all the studies are on. This is easier to sample. This is easier to sell in 3 packs, 5 packs, 7 packs, 10 packs, 14 packs, and things like that. And this will be a bigger product by far than the extract. I guarantee that. And this is you knowing about it before it even launches. That is the best timing you can possibly get. Way better timing than when we launched the extract, because the extract didn't have tens of thousands of testimonials, didn't have hundreds of thousands of bottles sold all over the world. This already has the testimonials. Now we have tens of thousands of people to launch this with. And again, you're hearing about it at the very beginning. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share here. Thank you again for your time. Give it to Clavon to close out.
And that was wonderful. Mr. Putnam, on behalf of the 100 people that have zoomed in and out of this presentation, I want to just say thank you for your time. And if I may, 10 seconds in closing, official call to action. Everybody on this line, before you drop off, take note. Take note. The CEO and founder of our company has committed to 4 final calls. 10 days, 4 calls. 10 days, 4 final calls. June 26th, June 29th, July 1st, July 3rd. 4 final calls in this freedom run. I hope you are hearing me. I'm sharing it with as much passion as I can possibly share it with, because my father used to say, don't be at the train station when your flight takes off. Be locked in and use these 4 calls to explode your business and make history. Be very clear. June 26th, June 29th, July 1st, July 3rd. Let the snowball become an avalanche. Participate, same link, same time, no matter where you are in the world. We will be here. 4 more calls with our CEO. So ladies and gentlemen, fired up and excited. Will you have hundreds of people placing orders on the 4th of July? With that being said, thank you for your attendance. This Zoom conversation is officially over. See you guys on the 26th.
Thank you.